What's up? What's up? This is Joey, the one here on Barely Awake and Highly Baked. This is episode 13. Today's guest is Brent Wall. He is a referee for I'm just going to say the Midwest because he does not stay strictly in Oklahoma. Today he has a show at Empire Pro Wrestling. It is the 18th, a Saturday. It is at 6 p.m. at the VFW on Penn. So if you're looking for some wrestling action, you should probably be there. But by the time you're hearing this, it's going to be too late. I'm going to ask him how he got his start. I'm going to ask him... Actually, I got a new question to ask him is, can you pair a good wrestling match with what wrestler I'm going to ask him? And so yeah, basically, if you're interested in that kind of thing, join us. Episode starts now. What's up, what's up? We are on Barely Awake and Highly Baked, here with referee Brent Wall. Man, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Man, I'm doing pretty well.
Hell yeah.
You're doing pretty well? Did I introduce you correctly? Is referee Brent Wall good? Or
I like
Brent
to
Wall?
be the official Mr. Wall.
Ooh,
okay.
Man, is that self-title or is that given to you?
Love that.
I mean, a lot of it is self and gimmick. Like, I've got signs and stuff made the official.
Dude, I like that.
That's sick. Okay.
I like that. I'm going to have to note that. Man, the big question I always ask basically first is what got you like onto this journey that you are on currently?
Man, that was a journey that started long time ago. So I've always liked wrestling, loved it from day one growing up. 80s baby, like loved it in the 90s. I was a big Hogan fan, even though a lot of days nobody even claims Hogan anymore, but I loved him. But so I had went to WrestleMania, and then I had started finding like local indie shows when Mid-South was running in Old Crossroads Mall.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Wow, yeah.
like I just started going to those just by myself. Like I'd invite my friends, a lot of them wouldn't show up, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Well then a buddy of mine, well, he was like a friend of a friend, knew that I went to the shows, and they actually had a podcast which was the Bump Monkey Mafia.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a friend of a friend, and they were like, oh, I know this guy, he loves wrestling, like he's loved wrestling since he was a little kid, let's bring him onto that podcast. So I did that, and they're like, hey, you want to like be a part of our group, like just join us? And I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So I started doing that, and as we started traveling to different promotions, meeting different people, I got in really good contact with Billy Simmons in Kansas, and just started working with those guys. And one day they were like, we got a spot, we need a referee. He's like, Brent, can you do it? I did it, I loved it, and I never took off the stripe since then.
Hell yeah.
So you knew that's what you wanted to do?
Well, I wanted to be involved somehow, and after like running the ropes and taking the bumps, I'm like, this hurts a lot. So maybe like if I do something else. And so when I first originally started, I like my first show actually doing anything, I was ringing the bell. I was the guy that ring the bell, ding ding. I was that guy.
That's cool.
And then the next show, I did some commentating behind the desk, and I did that for about 2 or 3 shows. They said I did a good job, and then I got in the ring as an announcer a couple shows.
Okay.
And then I kind of turned, in Kansas, I turned into like a heel sympathizer. Like I was here for the bad guys. Like they weren't bad, they were good, they were helping us, you know. And so I was that guy, and then when I got my referee spot, I was the bad guy referee. So I would always help cheat and help do that as a referee, and that's how I got started. And then one super kick to the face, and I became the best referee around.
That's cool.
So they have heel referee? I did not know that. That's like
I didn't know that either.
That's
Actually, I've never seen
interesting.
that.
It doesn't
In
happen
Oklahoma.
often.
No. Dude, that's pretty
That's
cool.
really, really cool.
Did Drake super kick you? Who super kicked you?
It was Prince Vale.
Prince Vale?
He is now King Vale. Back then he was still Prince.
I was going to say, I swear I saw that on your YouTube.
It's probably on there. I was the very first bump I took in a live show was that kick to the face. I even got the picture sitting in my living room.
That's cool, dude.
Crap.
That's cool. Do you take a lot of bumps being a ref right now?
My first year, I took, it seemed almost every show I was taking a bump. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then as I got more experienced, I went a long time without ever taking anything. And then out of nowhere, it started happening again. And then about 2 months ago, I got hurt at a show. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bump anymore for a while, so you guys leave me alone.
Okay, I have a question. So is bump just a term of like you just get hit during the show? Is that
A bump is when you fall down.
Oh, okay. Like someone like they kind of attacked you or something, or what do you mean?
No,
I don't
like,
think
so
understand.
anytime, like, if you're a wrestler and you hit the mat, that's a bump.
Oh, okay.
So even if nobody hits you and you fall down by yourself, you took a bump.
Oh, okay.
Anytime
I
your
see.
back or your belly hits the mat, that's a bump.
Oh, okay. I was a little confused. I just thought it meant somebody was coming at you and hitting you. I wasn't sure.
No, it's
Okay.
anytime you hit that
Interesting.
mat, that's called a bump. Or the
Okay.
floor.
Gotcha. Yeah, because taking a bump means something totally different in my mind than that. So I'm glad I cleared
We're not talking
that up.
about that.
I was like, I'm gonna take a bump on stage, and I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
That's a party share.
I know. I was like, this is a different kind of wrestling.
That's the back doors of
It's
wrestling.
exactly the backyards of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Chicken coop kind of wrestling.
When you were taking the bumps, was that goal at that time to become a wrestler? Like, was that what you were thinking you were wanting to do?
No, like, I knew pretty early on that I just wanted to be a referee
A
or
part of it.
part
just
of it,
somebody
yeah.
involved. Like,
See, that's how I feel.
you know, I thought, there's a couple times in my head, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to have a match or something. But then again, I'm like, as a referee, like, I'm important in there. And I think, like, I can be in there, 2, 3, 4, 6 times a night. If you're a wrestler, you get that one shot. That's all you got.
It's very true.
But I have to go out there every other match or every match sometimes. And I have to be that person. And when you're in the ring, everything else just disappears. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
I know Logan was saying, like, whenever, like, say the two participants in the ring, they're like, down there in a headlock or something like that, you're kind of the centerpiece right there, giving the, like, you're keeping the, I guess, show going with action while they're in.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, when they're down there, like, in the headlock, I can be animated and I can be loud while they're trying to figure out what they want to do next. Like, so I can be like, watch the choke. Do you give up? It's like, come on, like, I can ring the bell right now. Like, I can be that person. The crowd is focusing on me and not really what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a question about so I find your kind of part in it really interesting. So when a wrestler, if something goes wrong and a wrestler either gets hurt or maybe is getting mad or something, like getting actually upset, like, you are the go-to, right? I mean, the way y'all kind of can do that and be like, get off. I mean, you can play towards, like you're in there, but also you're just like legit having a conversation with someone because you're trying to figure out what's up, man, what's wrong, or what. I find that really interesting because you not only have to be like almost like a supervisor or something of the whole thing, like a legitimate one, and decide, like, do I need to stop this? Do I need to add in somebody else? And then you have to communicate while also still being in this role, and then not leading on to that's legitimate. Like, that's crazy.
That's exactly what a good ref does.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people that put on the stripes, they're just like, I'm just here to count to 3.
Yeah.
They don't really know what's going on, but, like, the job as a good ref, like, you want to check on the guys. Like, if they hit that mat, like, they could have hit their head or something. Like, I go in there and, like, you all right? You good? You want to keep going? Like, you got to check on them. If something bad happens, you got to be there. I've seen people get their arms broke, legs broke, knocked out completely unconscious in the ring, concussed, bloody. Like, I've seen it all. And, like, you have to be there to make sure that this person could be safe. Like, if somebody gets a concussion, I have to be able to communicate to their opponent, hey, something happened. Let's take this home. Let's end this right now. What are we doing here?
So I'm guessing you've had to do the, what is it, the X?
The X.
What is that?
I've only had to do that a couple times. And that's just usually in an emergency when somebody can't continue.
Like, drop it all.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it needs to.
yeah, they're either unconscious, can't move, or something's broken.
Oh, so it's that bad? I thought it was just mean someone's hurt. So it's
No,
like bad.
a lot of times people get hurt in the ring, and it's communication. Like if I go to the guy and I'm like, "Are you okay?" and he's like, "I'm kind of dizzy." I'm like, "All right." I'll go to the opponent like, "Hey, he's kind of dizzy," and they're like, "All right." So then the opponent be like, "What's up?" Like, and then like they can work it out. Like good wrestlers can work it out in the ring to where you can go through a match without getting hurt.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. But if somebody is hurt, like we know how to take care of each other. That's where that communication comes in. Like you have to talk to each other. Like hey, if I broke my arm or my shoulder got knocked out of socket, and you don't want the fans to know, be like, hey, this happened, so we can in the match get it done without any more injuries happening.
Yeah, and not just completely stopping the whole match and kind of alerting everyone to what's going on. Man, the multitasking that y'all have to accomplish is stuff like that, because you're not only talking and trying to process that, you're also physically moving with people. I mean, you're like either in a headlock and you're trying to, I mean,
that is one of the number one things
gnarly.
I've ever told like new referees. It's like be able to pace yourself, because you don't want to be blown up as the referee. You don't want to be out of breath as the referee.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ricky Morton. He told me he's like, keep your distance. He's like, you don't have to take a lot of steps. Let them take all the steps. It's like just be effective where you are. And he taught me a lot about how to pace myself in the ring.
That's interesting. I never thought about that.
Well, first off, let me ask one question that's been since the beginning. You said you were like a wrestling fan since the 80s, 90s and stuff, and Hulk Hogan's your guy. Which Hulk Hogan, is your, do you like that guy?
I was
superhero
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Because that happened, mid-90s when I was around, 10, 11, 13 years old. And I was that teenage rebellious age, and then when he went bad, I was like, yeah, I love this.
So it didn't break your heart at all. You were like, oh,
it progressed with you, dude. Yeah.
I was NWO for life.
That's cool.
Dude, that's fucking
really
cool as hell.
Yeah.
So Hogan's still your number one?
He's up there with number one. I think somebody asked me just the other day about my top, and I had Hogan, Stone Cold, Chris Jericho.
Damn, that's a good one.
I can't remember who else I put up there, but there's just the ones that to me affected wrestling.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant I had up there. I was a big fan of the big guys in wrestling.
Yeah,
so
that's
was awesome.
cool.
The big personalities. It sounds
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, hey, you got a show tonight. Do you already know what matches that you're gonna be a part of when you go there, or is it just you're going with flow right now?
Well, sometimes they'll put out a match card on our worker page, for all of us to communicate. But a lot of life happens. Sometimes people don't show up. Sometimes
Subjects change.
Yeah, card's subject to change. Either people don't show up, or too many people showed up, and everybody wants to work. That happens a lot, depending on where you're at. And so I never know. I could probably get a good idea before I go, but I'd rather just show up and I see the card, and then I can figure out which matches I can have or which matches I can give to another ref.
Okay.
So you decide that?
Yeah, that's happened pretty much this year. Towards the end of last year, Drake did it first. He gave me the match card and said, "Here, you're in charge of the refs."
That's cool.
And as soon as he did it, Levi and Kevin started doing it, and then Billy up in Kansas, he starts doing it. So I show up, they give me the match card, and I assign all the referees.
That's awesome. Wow. Hell yeah.
I know Logan was saying that he wanted you to be the ref because it helps make his matches better. Is that happening quite often? Not just Empire, but UWO everywhere.
Yeah, that's a lot of places. I'll get half the locker room comes up to me. Are you my ref? Can you be my ref? Are you my
That's
ref?
so cool.
I need you as my ref. You're my ref. Great. I get a lot of that, and it really makes me feel good. It makes me know that I'm doing a good job for those guys.
Yeah.
That they know they can trust me in the ring as well as their opponent or whoever else is involved.
That's really cool.
That is very cool. And just this is obviously no disrespect at all, but I would never think until actually they were talking about how important you were, about all these people are coming to you to make their match better. And as a fan, you only look at like kind of like the wrestlers in a way, you know. But you know, the wrestlers are coming to you to be like, dude, make me like as good as you can make me.
And that's what it is, like, because you can have great wrestlers with a horrible ref, and it just make the match look just sour.
Yeah.
But you can have horrible wrestlers with a great ref. You're like, dang, that was pretty good. That wasn't too bad. Like, so it's really that key component that a lot of people don't notice, and that's our job, to not be noticed.
Yeah.
But it's still, we're making a good show. You know, it's either those slight distractions when y'all look over at me instead of what they're doing, or when the bad guy needs to cheat, and it's just like that certain storyline that we're trying to feed, you know, bad versus good, evil versus good, you know, and like that's what we're trying to achieve in the ring every time.
That's really cool.
What do you have any like current goals right now, or any like anything that you're headed towards that?
Short term right now, I've been trying to just get my life together. Like, I've just got a new job I started a couple months ago that I'm doing really good at.
Congrats
I'm about to
on that.
move into a new place in the next couple months, and then just like get healthier myself and just take care of things. But long term, like, a lot of my good friends are working for CYN, and I want to get involved with that.
That's cool.
I mean, Tino and Leo, like those guys, like those are some of my best friends in the business. Like, when I go to Amarillo, I always crash at Tino's house. Like, and I see them doing these great things, and I'm like, I want to do these great things, and I know I can.
It motivates you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is motivating. Man,
I've always told Tino he's the reason that I you know, keep in the shape that I do, like, be able to keep up with those guys in the ring, because a couple years ago I took about 2 months off from doing anything in the ring. I was tired, I was stressed. I just took a couple months off. My first match back was in Pittsburgh, Kansas at I think the Kansas Crossing Casino, and it was a match with Tino and another guy that was kind of small, like Tino's size. That was my first match back, and I was so tired I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh, no.
And then the very next show, like, I hugged Tino and I was like, "You're the reason I started running a mile every day."
That's
So
cool.
yeah, so I love Tino to death. He's awesome.
That's awesome. It's good to have inspiration like that around you, for sure.
It is. It's good that, yeah, like you said, just to have some inspiration. But what I noticed about like you is you were talking about like just trying to get your life back together, but you're still going on with this passion.
I am.
Like, dude, you're still like finding drive. You know, like sometimes like you're finding, what does it say, the light and the tunnel, and you're still headed towards that shit. I think that shit's
And
fucking
a lot of
motivating.
it is the people involved. It's friends, like Dre Gallows. He's like one of my best friends. Like, I know I can reach out to him anytime I need to, and sometimes he'll reach out to me and like talk. Billy Simmons up in Kansas, we talk every week, you know, 2-3 times a week, just see how each other's doing. My friend Carl up in Kansas as well, he hits me up every night. "What's going on, best friend? How you doing?" Logan is great. Like, since he's been, I kind of took him under my wing when we started going out of state and traveling, and he's just a great kid, and he's going to go far. He's going to go a lot of places.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, for sure.
Some another motherfucker to say that about him. Motherfucker to say that. Dude.
He's going to go places. He might not see it in himself, but he's doing really good, and he's improved a lot from day one.
Yeah.
And I've been there every step of the way. You can't say I haven't.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool. That wrestling and community.
It
Once
really
again,
is.
dude, it goes
Yeah.
right back to it, man.
It's a great.
And that's cool that y'all can actually, to be honest, like, not to be too sappy real quick, but then y'all can actually talk, like, you know, tough guys can actually talk about, "Hey, man, how you doing?" and all that stuff like that. I think that's really cool, because a lot of people just shut down and, you know, too enclosed, and that's not cool.
We need that. Like,
Yeah.
we need that communication, and it's that brotherhood. It's kind of like, I mean, when you get in the ring with somebody and you're supposed to fight each other and not kill each other, you have to have that trust that you're not going to kill each other. And it's that trust that allows you that at the end of the day, "Hey, how you doing? Are you doing all right?" And it's that brotherhood that we all have that helps
The respect
get us
too.
along.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, respect goes a long way
Yeah.
too.
And that probably also ties into the matches that y'all have, where you're like, dude, I'm gonna make this motherfucker look good because you know that's my friend. So you know. Like,
Oh yeah, when I'm in the ring with my friends, like we have fun.
That's
like
cool.
we have fun, and it's either like we're like, hey, watch this. We like, and it's that communication, and it's that like that flow that I know what this guy's gonna do before he does it, so I can have my placement right. He can have his placement right. Like I remember back when COVID was strong and shows were shut down, we were doing secret tapings and releasing them on YouTube. And I remember we were doing one tag match, and they kept messing up. Like right in the beginning, they'd mess up. It's like, oh, we got to start over. And we could do that because we didn't have an audience. We were just recording it. But after the third time, I was the guy in the ring to be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I was like, y'all have wrestled each other 1,000 fucking times.
Yeah.
Get your fucking heads together and get this right. And then boom, they had an amazing match.
That's awesome.
See, they seem to get out of their head.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes you fuck up, Mr. Patrick. Fucking asshole. Man, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Man,
Is that
this
what the comment?
guy, like, obviously
That
this is a
comment
weed
earlier.
smoking podcast, right?
Oh.
And I probably edit shit a little bit
All right.
inebriated. You know, and I may have misspelled this word. I honestly didn't know how to spell barely until I started this fucking bullshit. I do. It took me
Oh shit!
forever.
I had to use voice talk the other day to do it.
Mr. fucking
Am I spelling
Patrick.
this right? Fuck.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's such a
barley, 'cause I
bitch,
do the
dude.
barley
And
shit.
now he deleted his shit so nobody can look at it. But, like, yeah, this motherfucker is like telling me about.
I've never trusted anybody named Patrick.
Yeah, dude, and then I clicked on his shit, and you know what this video
SpongeBob on your
was?
shirt.
This video was him filming this cloud saying, like, oh, this cloud's chasing me. This cloud's chasing me. I was so pissed off because I was thinking at first, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to look at him and learn. Because that's what I do usually if I get critiqued. I look at his shit and I try to learn something. Like, all right, they're good. And I'm like, you fucking dickhead. Like, you're filming a cloud, dude. Like, that's my first, like, negative one that got to me and it stuck with me. And I just got to let it go. So there we go. I'm letting it go. Sorry, Mr. Patrick. We're cool. Man. Anyways, besides that, have you ever got heckled as a referee?
Oh, constantly.
But like a real
Constantly.
like they actually like try to
Uh,
hurt you feelings or something. Not like the typical like oh just back and forth, but has anyone like took it too far and like I don't know, cause that's what we talked about last time was like these people that are getting like straight like one guy got headbutted from I don't know if you saw it's like a fan headbutted the wrestler and then there was another one where they like a fan jumped on stage because he just took it too far and I was wondering do they do that with the rest or are you just kind of like a
I've seen fans do that with refs.
really
Yeah, like I've seen them like yell and like, "Oh, you're a shitty ref," blah blah blah,
Oh, okay.
and like make the person like feel really bad. Like with other refs, with me, like I've gotten heckled before, and I've gotten those. You know, if you weren't so fat, you could get down faster to count.
Whoa.
stuff,
Jesus
but,
Christ, dude.
Damn.
Okay.
but when it comes down to it, you know,
Damn.
I'm 6'1", and if nobody's ever like, fuck you, because
Yeah.
they're usually like, when I look over, I'm like, oh, nobody said that, did they?
Oh yeah, nobody did say that.
Nothing but quiet.
That's funny.
Hey, what was it? Hannibal that cut the referee? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Whenever that shit happened, did you ever like send a mass text out to all wrestlers saying that shit ain't happening?
No, but I had messaged, my friend Billy Simmons, I'm going to mention a lot, he had posted something about it on Facebook, and I had commented on there, booking, let me be the ref. And he was like, well, I was like, just booking.
Yeah.
Let me be the ref. That's all it said. That's all you got to do. Because I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah.
He said that shit is not.
So what
fucking
happened?
Did he like? What did he blade him or knife? Or
Yeah, he was
Oh,
I guess it was supposed to be a gimmick where he was going to stab him, but he ended up like
Going
legit
deep.
like stabbing him in the forehead multiple times.
Oh my god.
and like nobody knew what to do. Like it was just like, what's going on right now? This guy's actually stabbing him. So like it was like
It was bad.
Yeah.
Was he like mad
Fucked
at
up.
him? Like he was trying to do that, or was it an accident?
No,
I think he was just trying to get blood.
I think he didn't realize he was actually stabbing him, like because he thought he was just kind of like doing a gimmick thing. But honestly, I don't know. I mean,
That's gnarly.
we don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't
it's
know
hard
what's
to say
inside.
on
You don't
the
know what's
video.
inside that
Yeah.
guy's head. Like
Oh
during
my
that.
gosh, that's insane. That's gnarly.
But you said it ain't happening to me.
Oh, no.
That motherfucker did.
And I do that a lot. Like a lot of times when we're discussing matches and like if they want me to do a type of bump or something, you know, I always make sure it makes sense to me. You know, because I'm not going to be the one to look stupid in the ring. Like I'm a big dude, so if like just somebody pushes me, I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to fall down. No, like I'm way bigger than you. I'm not going to fall down for that. So a lot of times, like if they want something like that, I'm like, well, if you want it, make it big. Like I'm not just gonna fall down.
Yeah, you gotta actually try.
You said the nickname was the official, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what if the official was some top shelf fucking weed?
Ooh, that's a good name too for it.
Yeah, it is some
Yeah.
really fucking.
Yeah.
It is a really good name. I was gonna say it's really fire. I don't know yet. But would it be an indica, sativa, or hybrid?
It would have to be a hybrid.
Okay.
Just because I like to be able to function during the day, but if it's like too strong of a sativa, like I get super paranoid. Like there's times I'll be at my house and be like, everybody in the world knows I'm high right now.
That's so funny.
Dude, I relate to that. I used to have a sativa, like I think it was Blue Dream or something, vape cart, and there's this job I did where I was like basically cleaning fish, whatever. I was
Yeah.
cleaning fishes. I don't know what, not cleaning fishes.
The
I was
koi
just
pond,
like
right?
koi pond
Koi
shit.
ponds,
I was
yeah.
just maintaining it.
Yeah.
And man, I would hit that. Like I'd be all good all day, you know, for months because I didn't smoke weed when I first started. But then I started smoking that sativa fucking vape cart, and I was thinking after everyone, I was like, dude, they're all gonna fucking die, dude.
I was fish.
Like, what am I
They
gonna
would come
do?
out to you and they would talk to you like, that's my babies out there, and like in my head instantly, I was like, oh. Fuck, I'm killing their kids.
Oh, no.
Like it would haunt me at night just because I
What
was
am
like,
I doing?
yeah, I was like, did I do
Mass
that?
murdering fish.
I was like, I don't know why, because I was hitting that vape, and then I'd go back hitting that vape, and everything would be all right again until the next fish.
I used to get like so paranoid. I would think of things and be like, oh no, how am I gonna do that? Like I'm way too high to do that. Like how am I gonna do that? And it's like, I don't have to do that until the next week. Like why am I?
Damn.
Shit.
All up in your head, yeah.
See, if it's anything like that, dude, I'm straight fucking like if it's something I gotta build, I'm fucking building the shit, and if I fuck it, that's my problem though, because then when I fuck it up building it, dude, I don't know how I fucking did it, you know, and then it's like Lego, like having to undo all this whole fucking mess.
I already know.
Yeah, I'm horrible at that shit.
Yeah.
Man, what is your go-to munchies?
You didn't finish the second part of that question.
Oh wait, no, I didn't actually.
Yeah, we got off. We got off
We
on
got
the track.
off.
Yeah, all right. Let's go
What
back.
is a major effect of your
It's a hybrid.
official
Got that. Yeah.
hybrid?
Paranoia. No.
Giggles.
Giggles. I like that.
I've got some edibles that I'll take, and every time I'll get on Fortnite, like I'll just get the giggles and just start laughing. Like I'll die in my squad, and they're like, "Why are you laughing? You just died." I'm like, "Yeah, you just got me with a pistol." Just giggling.
That's funny. I like
love
that.
it. I
Y'all
love
have to
it.
get your Fortnite
I love that.
fucking information. I don't
It's-
even know
it's-
mine because I don't even
It's
play
Brent
it too often.
Duh. It's like the easiest.
Brent Duh.
Yeah.
I like that. That's funny.
B-R-E-N-T.
I'm gonna have to write it down because
That's
I'll be
it.
editing this.
Add me on Fortnite, Brent Duh.
Brent
That's it.
Dude, if you get any from that, you should let me know.
Oh,
I'll
Yeah,
shit,
that's
for real?
awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
start doing that kind of shit. I like
That's
that.
awesome.
So,
Squad up.
what are your go-to munchies?
Anything gummy, like gummy worms, gummy bears, gummy Starburst, like gummy lifesavers. I fucking love gummy lifesavers.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Like I'll go to
That's a
Dollar
good-
Tree and get like 4 or 5 bags and just go to
That's
go
good
town.
munchies, dude. That's good munchies.
Dude, mine's a milkshake. I've had probably every
Oh,
do Rocky
see,
Road. Like even in the
sometimes-
winter, like I'll just crave it. I don't
That's
know what
cool.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I want like a real like dark chocolate milkshake.
Or cereal. That's one other one. We keep cereal loaded. Yeah.
See, I can't do cereal because if I make one bowl, I'm making 7.
Yeah, it's hard to stop at one bowl, dude. It really is.
You buy the extra big box.
Especially
so
when
you
you
don't
like,
have to-
like that,
So
that
why am I
good
buying
shit.
so much cereal?
Like that cookie crisp and shit.
Do you have a dream promotion that you would like love to get work for that you currently haven't? It doesn't have to be like WWE or anything like that because I understand money and all that, but
I know like there's a lot of promotions out there. Like I've got friends that work out in like California, and I want to go and
That's
do
cool.
stuff with them. I've got friends in Vegas. I want to do stuff with them. Now that like my buddies Tino and Leo like are doing like the CYN stuff, like I would love to get involved with that as well. Like, and of course, like even doing like a dark match on AEW would be fucking awesome. Like,
dude, you got like the cool fucking like you got the tats, you got the fucking
Yeah.
beard,
You got the look, dude.
you got
for
the fucking
sure.
stickers that you can buy.
Oh,
All you gotta do
those
is hit them up and get them.
That's
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, I could see that shit. You'd be good on video game too.
dude, I'd love that shit. But and a lot of it is that look. Like when promoters see me and I'm like, I'm a referee, they're like, oh, you're 6'1", 300 pounds, like you're tatted up, you have a beard. Like, no, we don't want to book you.
Really?
Like, yeah, for real. Like I get that a lot.
Wow.
Like just in my message
What?
box right now, I have I'll let you know, but I need my referees to have a look.
What?
Like it's in my message box
What
right
the
now. I'm
fuck?
like, what look? Like, come on, man. Like,
I mean, I think that is a
and
look,
I'm like,
is
and
it
then
not?
look at like the UFC fighters. Like those referees are jacked. Like, you know,
Oh.
And all got a distinct differentness.
yeah. And I mean, I know like I'm not that typical like 5'5", real
Yeah.
skinny referee type. You know that
Yeah.
they put on TV, but
Yeah,
you know I'm a good ref, and a lot of people like using me in the ring.
I love it.
And
yeah.
I've had some of the greatest wrestlers like said they absolutely loved me in the ring. So
That's awesome, though.
What do you like? I know you did mention this earlier, but maybe you can like just, you know, because I've smoked a little bit since then. What does make like a good rep? I mean, seriously, like if someone doesn't think like you're one of the most popular, I definitely think the popularest rep in Oklahoma for sure, right?
one
I
of
mean, I don't
them.
know if you want to toot your own horn, but
there's a few good ones out there. Like Frank's really good, and
yeah, well,
I mean there's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
really good
yeah.
refs out there. But I mean, as good ref to me is a ref that knows how to be involved but still disappear in the ring, like to where he's not really noticed.
Yeah.
Someone that can communicate really well, someone that takes cues really well, that just like can flow as well as the wrestlers can flow just as well. And very few can do that, but when you can, like it makes great matches, and it's just wonderful.
That's cool.
you had to go through training and whatnot, right? To do
Yeah,
all
a lot of referees they'll go through like wrestling training and stuff, and you know I did the rolls and I did the bumps and stuff.
that. You said
but-
the bell.
But a lot of that is like when I looked into being referee, like I went deeper into what they taught me in any like wrestling school. I went deeper as in like I looked up every single match ever invented and looked up the rules to every single one of them
Wow.
to know what's allowed, what's not allowed, what can be involved, what can't be involved. You know, what can be added, what can't be added, like what it can be called, what it can't be called, what happens first, what happens last.
Yeah.
Like I looked at everything up, and I think that makes for a really good ref.
Yeah.
that you can tell me a match, and I know exactly what that match is, and I know what the rules are.
Yeah, I think that's what makes you a good ref is the research you've put in and the dedication, really, I guess that shows. I mean, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
How many states have you been into?
Let's see.
Like reffing, not traveling.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's fucking
6.
cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. Did
I
you
think
ever
more.
think it would take you to like where you been?
No, like when I first started doing it, it was just like something I did on the weekends for fun. Like it's like, oh, this is cool. This is a fun hobby. And then now it's just like part of my life. Like my weekends evolve around this now. Like when I have free time at home, I'm watching videos. I'm watching my old matches. I'm watching new matches. I'm watching shows that I didn't make it to. I'm listening to different podcasts to hear about different stories of what's going on around the world, and like.
It's interesting.
I think that's interesting. You said you watch back your own matches?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like if not that night, like pretty soon after a show or something, or as soon as it's posted.
Are you super
watch
hard
it.
on yourself, or are you just like, by now you're like...
Sometimes, sometimes I'll have good shows, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was really good. Like, I'll see a match, and I'm like, oh, I did that really well. And then there's other times I'm like, ooh, why did I do that? Like, why did I turn it around? I'm in front of the camera. What am I doing? Like,
you cringe yourself.
Like, can you just step over here so they can't see you?
Yeah.
The camera? I do. Oh yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and I always try to work like opposite side of the camera. So then, like when I'm watching the video, and if I'm in front of the camera, I'm like, like get away from the camera, turn around.
That's funny.
So, what are some upcoming shows that you like got planned?
I know we've got the one tonight, which is the free show at the VFW.
The Empire.
Empire. It's going to be Striker Maddox career versus title. That's going to be a good match. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to that.
That's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
And I think Logan's taking on Tigo, which should be a great match.
Oh, yeah.
So that should be fun.
Champ versus champ.
And then let's see. I know next weekend they've got the Pop Culture Con happening.
Oh yeah.
I haven't exactly been booked for that, but I'm gonna probably be there.
Hopefully it happens.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
I'll be like all my friends are gonna be there, so why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And then I don't really know like the beginning of July. I haven't looked at my calendar in a while, and I know towards the end of July I've got another Empire show on July 30th, and I know UWO is going to be up in Tulsa on July 23rd. So we've got those coming up, and then in August I'll be back up in Kansas. So I'm looking forward to that.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm gonna go
So,
greater.
if somebody needs to get a hold of you, how can they do so? Or if they want to like see more Brent Wall in anything?
Find me on, Facebook. It's Brent Wall, just a picture of my face.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok, which is Mr. Brent 1. And that's about it, really. I'm just out there doing goofy stuff.
Yeah. And you post the shows that you're gonna be at. So
I do on Facebook. I share every show I'm going to be at. I always share the posters and flyers and tell everybody where I'll be at, and usually put out a schedule every couple months.
okay. So hey, I got another question actually. How did you feel about that Vince McMahon shit?
And I don't know exactly what happened.
Like last night?
Like I started like reading into it because I didn't watch.
Do you want me to play you the audio at least?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Let me play you the fucking
Because
audio.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
I just read a little
Let me
bit about
set it up. Let me see where this starts. Well, okay, I'm gonna set it up. First off, you hear that you got no chance, and he does his like, he even tries to do the strut kind of thing,
Yeah.
So he gets to the ring, and he gets the microphone. Hold on. Oh shoot, is this gonna let me?
Especially a privilege to stand here in this ring.
This is basically the beginning.
This is last night?
Yeah.
Here simply to remind you of the 4 words we just saw, and what we call the WWE signature. Those 4 words are then, now, forever, and the most important word is together. Welcome to SmackDown.
That's it, basically. Walked off set after all that, he had to step down, right?
Yeah.
You knew that? And like after all that shit, he comes on SmackDown, does the whole entrance stuff, and like, boom. That's it.
That is, I have no idea what.
That's ballsy as fuck, huh? See, I didn't get to watch it last night because I had to wake up at 2:00 in the morning. So, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when I woke up, besides Mr. Phillips, that was the most shocking thing I've fucking seen.
It makes me think it's all just a work. It's not real.
It does that sound sketchy, or he just like
Doesn't care.
Does not give a fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just thought I would ask you how you felt about that, because I thought that was some
I don't
shocking
know.
ass fucking
Like
shit.
when it comes to wrestling, it's hard to know like what to believe and what not to believe. Like
Especially
there's,
WWE for sure.
yeah, there's always so many stories, or somebody got arrested, or somebody, got into an accident, or somebody's hurt, and like I don't know. Like it's hard to believe some of this stuff that comes out, and yeah, especially with Vince McMahon, and just to come out there and just ignore whatever. Like I don't know. Maybe it's all a work. Maybe it's fake. Maybe I don't know.
Oh no, it's something to it, huh? Something to it. So I'm gonna ask you, like, before I let you go, I'm gonna ask you some crazy ass fucking question.
All right.
And there's obviously no right answer to any of it because it's a crazy ass fucking question. But can a monkey have a monkey's uncle?
They would have to.
Would they?
I would believe so.
That's interesting. How do birds pee?
They poop.
That's how
I
they.
think it's the same hole.
That's how they just get it all done.
But birds aren't real. Birds are spies for the government. They killed all the birds back in like the 60s, and birds are now spies.
I like that. I like that, and I fucking believe that because you see the way they just come chirp at your fucking ass and everything?
Yeah, fuck those guys.
It's like information, go.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They're just taking snapshots. So, what time was the world created?
That I have no idea. The right time.
Fucking right, dude. Well, I appreciate you for coming on. I definitely do.
For sure. It was a good time.
I'm fucking high as fuck right now.
Same.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it, man.
I got a show in a few hours.
Hell yeah, and I will be there.